find it. Now, I turn on my light right there. Whatever. I'll have to find the button later. Anyway. Hmm? Give it a couple minutes. Today we're going to cover the first volume to Final Fantasy The Lost Stranger manga. My first manga review on the channel, so you guys enjoy. I am a big fan of manga and animation and Final Fantasy. So when I was at the store not too long ago, just looking around, I actually run into this. And I had all 5 volumes. There's only 5 volumes that I know of right now. And I could see when I looked it up. So I decided to look around and I something new. I've never read it before. I didn't even know about it actually. I had no idea Final Fantasy was doing their own manga. But I'm a huge Final Fantasy 14 fan, Final Fantasy 7 fan, 8, 9. As you can see right back there, you have my gun blade. I broke out of the garage. That beautiful sword. And at 14, I love the Gunbreaker. So, uh, yeah. Hello, and thank you for coming. Um, yeah. So, how's wait for some people to get in, and we'll begin. The art is done by a man named Ikshia or Itsuki Kameya. I probably butchered that, and I'm sorry. Story is written by Haz- Hazuki Minas. I probably butchered that too. Hey, if they ever see this video, uh, sorry about butchering name. This is a good book. I don't want to spoil too much, but what I'll get into is what it's kind of about. Like, there's a lot of different kind of animes out there, but this is like one of those. The characters are together. You start to find out that they work together at Square Enix. It starts off with his older brother and his younger sister. They both work. His older brother is like a 4 year, you know, guy who's been working for Square for 4 years. They've loved Final Fantasy their whole lives. They played the games. He helped when he was a kid create strategy guides online and stuff to help people get through these games, stuff like that. His younger sister's always looked up to him. She's now working at Square Enix. This is her, I think it said, first year, and she's working at marketing department. So they're both working in their dream company, and something tragic happens, but then they wake up in the world of Final Fantasy, or world like Final Fantasy. There's a lot of races that look a lot like the races you see in Final Fantasy 14. Actually, by name, he mentioned a lot of the races that are actually in 14. Turns out they're not really that name. They're close, but not. So, but a lot of the same stuff is similar. What am I like? Uh, whatever. I'll just put it up. Whatever. I'll fix it later. Um, the art is really good. Here, I'll show you some of the pictures. Oh, good is that coming in? Most of it's black and white. Of course, it's manga, but it's really good. Like most manga, you have to. It's in Japanese style, so you got to read it from you know, you know, right to left, so left to right. Hope I'm getting good pictures of these. I wish my light was on so I could get really good. It's a little blurry in the camera, but it's really good. The art is really well done. It's an easy read. So if you've never picked up manga before, you read from like right here, go across, down, cross, down, and you know the art is really beautiful. This is what the cover looks like. The first book I showed you before. Um, the back literally says this is how it's explained in the back. Square Enix employee Shungo Suzaki has a big dream to produce his very own Final Fantasy game with his sister, Yoko. After, but after the siblings are involved in a truck accident, they awaken and realize they have left their world behind and are now into the world of Final Fantasy. After coming to grips with their situation, they meet new friends, join a party, and accept their fate as adventurers. When danger approaches, Shogo will discover that his uh, iScope die knowledge of games. Oh, it's, it's like encyclopedic knowledge of games can only take him so far. So this is one of those animes where you kind of stuck in a game, but it's not really a game; it's an actual world. And so he discovers something tragic happens after they come to this world, and he must come to grips with his new situation. And they realize there's a big difference between this world and the Final Fantasies they've known their whole life. When you die, there is no coming back. There is no start over. There's no home point. There's no raise. So if you get killed, you're dead. And he has to come to terms with this. And it shows a lot of emotion when it comes to this. Um, he shows fear. He's not some, comes in, he's not all powerful adventure. He comes in as a noob. And when a tragedy happens, he learns that, it's not carefree. This is not a game. This isn't where you just go and kill monsters and level up and get stronger and get items and get guild and have fun with your friends. This is a real life, death defying thing. Adventurers who die don't come back. So it's really interesting. Uh, I like it. It definitely, the art is great. I really enjoyed the art. It's easy to read. Um, you could tell there's emotion in the art. Like when something happens, you see it through the artwork, which is really good. The characters are really well designed. I'll show you a couple. Let's see if I can find a couple of the characters. Here. There's one of the characters right here. She's their healer, and you can see from right here. You can see his eyes, like something bad has happened. He's holding the crystal. Um, in the book, if you die, you become a soul. Whatever your body disappears, all that's left is your soul crystal. So they carry it. Either some people carry it. It says in the book, and some people bury it. Whatever belongings are left of the friend, and he's going to carry the crystal around with him as a reminder of the dangers of this world. And it's really good. He discovers he has a unique ability. It doesn't make him all powerful, but it's pretty much. You don't know anything about Final Fantasy. There's a spell called Limbra or Limbra, something like that, and it pretty much you can see the weaknesses of the monster. But his is different. He can only see item information. Say, like he looks at some food, he can change, activate. Second, sorry about that. Pretty much, like this guy had a dinner out, a big meal. He looks at it, and his eyes activate, and he can see the item information. And he notices that it's actually not made out of dodo meat like they thought. Everybody's eating it. They're like, "Oh man, this dodo meat's really good." Blah, blah, blah. It's actually fish that he disguised to be taste like dodo meat. And he's like, "Oh, I didn't know you made this out of fish." And the guy's like, "Oh, what? No, I didn't. I thought I disguised it good enough. How did you know?" He could see the items. Later in the book, he's got a bunch of like small items. One's a bomb fragment. If you don't know Final Fantasy, bomb fragments are things you could throw. These are so weak that it won't do any really damage to the monsters. But he notices something in the book that it has a combination. He becomes an archer. He was good at archery in the real world, so he starts to do archery in the game, and he learns that he can combine his arrows with this tiny little bomb fragment. So he wraps the arrow around the bomb fragment. It looks like a piece of skin, and he could fire it at a monster and it will explode on impact. So he starts to learn a little more and a little more, and you could tell that he's trying to study the world to relearn what he has learned. Um, I really enjoyed it for the most part. It's not a long book. It's not. It's about three. I think it's 3 chapters in all. But like most manga aren't huge. So if you're looking like a 10-hour book, this you don't want to pick up manga. You want to pick up multiple manga. I picked up about 5, so this is just the first one. I'll be doing each one and then I'll do a review. Um, so yeah, I really, really did enjoy this. It was really good. You got a couple main characters party. There's the elf warrior. There's a Rogan mage, black mage, the healer. Um, those are 3 party members. Yeah, the mage she likes to overheal because she's so worried about her party that she's always like heal, 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 heal. And they're like, "I'm done. You're okay. I'm fine." She's like, "No, heal." And then she's like, "Oh, man." So you don't know Final Fantasy jokes. It's a joke with the Final Fantasy 14. She always got those healers that are like, you watch a little health go by, and they're like, "No, massive heal." And it's like, what? Some of the best healers are the ones that let you get on the brink of death, and they freaking almost full heal you one shot, and they wait. They make the tank actually work for it. Trust me, I've been a tank in Final Fantasy 14 many times. There's been times I'm like, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. Hitting all my defensive skills trying to freaking survive, and the mage is like, gotcha. Like, oh. And they're like, watch out for that big hit. Oh, shit. You'll enjoy that when I start playing again. I plan on playing probably when the next big update gets here and I get my computer in. And I'll play all the way until the next expansion and beyond with all of you guys. It'll be a lot of fun. And of course, I'm playing Elder Scrolls Online. Or not Elder Scrolls. I was playing Elder Scrolls. I'm playing Lord of the Rings Online and Star Wars with you guys. I did that earlier with you guys. It was pretty fun. And it was fun trying out my little voice changer thing. You guys will have to let me know what you think about it. Um, Other than that, I don't have much else to say about it. The book was really good. If you like manga, the comics, you're looking for something good, I suggest you get it. It's called Final Fantasy Lost Strangers, and the art is really good, really good. They did a great job with this book, and I think I got this for $13 per book, which isn't bad. You know, I'm still almost done with the Dwarves, book 2. I probably done a couple days. Get that done so I can get that review out too. But yeah, I enjoy comics, I enjoy manga, and I enjoy anime, and I love Final Fantasy. Square Enix is one of my favorite companies. So yeah, man. Well, I want to thank you guys for coming. Thank you for watching. If you watch the replay, thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't. Hope that you are interested. If you saw this video and you're like, hey, you know what? I'm interested. I picked this up at Vintage Stock, local like is games, books, comics, all kinds of stuff. And one of my favorite places actually to shop. So, and yeah, uh, thank you, and hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you. If I haven't earned your subscription yet, I hope I do, I've earned it today. If not, later. Hope hit that notification button if you want to, and I'll see you next time in the mirror sphere. Okay, you all.
What we doing live? Echoes in eternity.